Hello everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host Chad Owens. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. We got some exciting sports to get into. Before we get into that, I gotta say mahalo to Long's Drugs for all of their support of the show. Let's make sure we're continuing to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Si Woo Kim is your 2023 Sony Open champion. He finished off with 2 birdies on the final 2 holes and wins by 1 shot. You know, golf is a tough game. And when you're out there competing, it is anybody's game at any given time. At one point in the afternoon, 17 players were within 3 strokes of the lead. That's how tight this is, right? But it was Kim who came through and got it done in the end. So congratulations to Si Woo Kim, Sony Open champion. The 2023 Da Hui Backdoor Shootout was underway this weekend, and let me tell you, it was heavy. They're calling it probably the most psycho contest of surfing since Cape Fear back in 2016. I've surfed out at Pipeline. I've been out there when it was heavy, and let me tell you, it can get scary. I'm just being honest, it can get scary. And these pros are out there getting injured and getting hurt. No one ever wants to see that in any sport. And unfortunately, a couple guys did sustain some contest-ending injuries. Billy Kemper, Makul Rothman, and Kala Grace, who was unconscious and was saved by Brian Kealana. And thank God for that. Thank God for our jet ski water patrol safety crew, who's always part of these events, because you never know. I know Kala is recovering right now at Queens. He was unconscious. He was admitted to CPR right there on the beach. So, prayers are being sent their way. I know Makua saw on his IG, he may have sustained a knee injury, possible ACL tear. Praying for that, brother, praying for the best possible news there. And not sure what happened to Billy, but anytime you sustain an injury, it's scary, especially out there in the water. In heavy conditions, it's extremely unsafe. So with that being said, all you beachgoers, just know your limits. Surfing is an unbelievable sport. Being out there in the water, catching those barrels is something so surreal and special, and only those who experience it know what I'm talking about. But just know your limits, be smart, and always be safe. And again, prayers out to those boys out there who've sustained some injuries. And for the rest of you, good luck. Keep crushing it out there, and we'll see what happens. But again, mahalo to the Water Patrol. For some local sports news here, look, this is massive. All right, at the convention center over the course of the weekend and today, the champion will be crowned. The 5th annual Trans-Pacific Volleyball Championships is going on. Okay, this is the largest indoor sporting event in Hawaii history. We've got 224 teams, 2,500 athletes from 4 countries and 7 states. Yeah, they're fit 28 courts inside of the convention center. Directors Ed Chun and Sivan Leone have put this on, and this is massive, right? I saw some pictures and videos. It is packed inside of there, and this is just an unbelievable opportunity for these athletes to showcase their talents. I understand they've got YouTube pages showcasing this event. They've got unbelievable camera works where parents that are from those other countries and states that aren't here, they can tune in via their app and watch their child participate and compete. And so, shout out to you guys for making it to the 5th year, largest indoor sporting event in Hawaii, and it is going to continue to grow. Make sure you guys check them out if you guys haven't already. You guys can head over to the convention center today and check out those championship rounds. All right, into some NFL playoffs. This is going to be a quick rundown on the winners. It was an exciting weekend of NFL playoff football. The Bengals, right? They beat the Ravens in a game that the Ravens had a chance to take the lead. Huntley, quarterback, went to dive over the top, gets punched out. A D lineman for the Bengals scoops that thing up and goes, I think it was like 98 yards for fumble return touchdown for the go-ahead win, score there. So look, congratulations to the Bengals. They got it done. The Giants, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones, got it done over the Vikings. They're moving on. The Buffalo Bills took out the Miami Dolphins, who were without Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins gave them all they could handle. Ended up being a very tight game, but Josh Allen and the Bills got it done. They're moving on. The 49ers, Niner gang, probably the hottest team right now in the playoffs. I'm picking them to not only make it to the Super Bowl, but win it, right? They destroyed the Seahawks, who is, with Geno Smith. This is an interesting stat. I have to talk about this. Geno Smith, right? 7 year in the league, majority of backup. Russell Wilson gets traded to Denver. Here comes Geno Smith, ends up getting the franchise record for passing yards. So if you're a quarterback out there, hey, just be patient, buy your time. Hey, it'll happen, right? Just keep working hard, believe in yourself. But the 49ers are moving on. And again, they're my pick to not only make it to the Super Bowl, but win it this year. They've got the load of talent. And the game, I think it was the third biggest comeback in NFL history. Jacksonville Jaguars, my former team, came back from I think it was 27-0 against the Chargers. Ended up winning with a field goal, 31-30 at the end. Trevor Lawrence, man, the golden boy, going crazy. He ended up throwing 4 interceptions in the game. Now, I'll talk about football a lot, right? If you turn the ball over, you're not going to win the game. So this was one of those games where, despite having 4 turnovers, despite being down 27-0, and in the NFL, that is a huge lead. And the Chargers aren't, a bad football team. They're a good football team. But the Jacksonville Jaguars proved that they're also a resilient team that is poised. And Trevor Lawrence ended up turning things around and got it done. So they are moving on. Congratulations to them. But tonight, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are taking on the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. But for the first time, I believe, in Tom Brady's historic career, he is an underdog in the playoffs. Despite beating the Cowboys, being 7-0 against the Cowboys in his playoff history, he is the underdog at home. So look, I'm still going with Tom Brady. I'm going with the GOAT. He's going to get it done. You can never count him out. Are we talking about the GOAT of all GOATs in all sports? Right? Tom Brady is that guy. And so when it comes to the playoffs, he knows how to turn it on. He knows what to do. So tune in tonight, Bucks, Cowboys. And that's the NFL playoff rundown. Woo! Woo! And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me on this beautiful Monday afternoon. I know you guys are going to be tuned into that Bucks Cowboys game. So I'm going to be watching with a close eye to see if the GOAT can get it done. Enjoy the rest of this Monday. Enjoy the rest of this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm going to see you all on Wednesday. Aloha.